Welcome to the International English Language Testing System conducted by Monic English Academy. This is Mukta Hossensa and today I will practice exam. The examiner code is S2202317. Candidate code is S220223126. So good morning.
Good morning.
How do you do?
I'm good. How do you do?
I'm really fine. Okay. So can you tell me your full name?
My full name is Joelia with the Bhushan, but you can call me Joelia.
It's various. So begin. This test is divided into three parts. Begin the main test. I will ask you some personal question about yourself. And are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So my first question is, where do you come from?
My home district is Noakhali, but I was born and raised in Dhaka.
Okay. Do you study or work?
I'm a student of grade 8 in Manipur High School and College.
So how do you pass your free time?
I pass my free time by reading books or watching television.
And do you have any pet?
No, I don't have any pet, but I would love to have a cat.
What is your favorite kind of book to read?
My favorite kind of books are fictional books because they have a lot of fictional character and they have a lot of interesting stories and the stories are different from the previous one. So that makes me interested on reading.
Okay, so let's move to the main test. And the first part is about drinks. So, what do you like to drink with your dinner?
Basically, with my dinner, I love to have some juices or beverages. But most of the time, I take some juices because they are good for our health. And I love to take some juices like orange juice or apple juice because we can find those fruits all over the year in every season. And besides, whenever I have some heavy dinner like biryani or something, I like to take some beverages.
Okay. Do you think a lot of water? Do you drink a lot of water every day?
Yes, I drink a lot of water every day because drinking a lot of water is very important for our health. At least, doctor says at least we should drink 8 to 9 glasses of water or 4 to 5 liters of water daily because that helps for our that works for our digest and it's very good.
Do you prefer drinking tea or coffee?
I prefer drinking coffee because I feel coffee is very refreshing and it helps us get refreshed. And I can find coffee, everywhere. I can find coffee outside the shops like Nation Coffees. Those are famous in our country, and whenever we go for a long drive or long journey, we can get it from every hotel, but we don't get good taste everywhere. So that's why I prefer coffee always over tea.
Okay. The last question is, if people visit your in your home, what do you usually offer them to drink?
Actually, it depends that who are visiting my home. If they're all on, old age, like my auntie or my grandmother or my grandfather, I'll ask them that would they like to have some tea, coffee, or something because most of the time the old people or middle-aged people love to have some, teas with some cookies or coffees. But if they are my cousins or my friends who are visiting, or some young people who are visiting, I'll ask them what they will have some beverages, juices, or coffees because everyone have different types. Or if they say no, they don't want anything, so I will just offer them water.
Okay. So that is the end of part one, and let's move to the part two. In this part, I will give you a quick card where there is a topic. So you need to talk about this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about this topic. So here is the cue card, and here is some papers and a pen. You can note something if you wish. So your time is starts now. So your time is up.
Okay.
Now you can start.
So, describing a monument in our country is a great topic because we all know that Bangladesh is a country who who get their liberation or freedom after lots of war and fights. So today I'd love to talk about a monument called Shahid Sriti Shodho. So this is a monument which describes our freedom fight or our liberation war, and sacrifices of the people of Bangladesh in the journey toward freedom or liberation war. So this monument is located in Dhaka, in Shabar, in Dhaka. So it has nine pillars in it, and every pillar describes different types of different wars, different fights, different protests. A few like 1952's uh, 1952's language movement or 1971's liberation war, which is a historical war in the world. So that's it.
Okay, so can you give back? Thank you. So let's move to the part three. In this part, I will ask you the questions about two topics. My first topic is public monument. So the question is, what kinds of monuments do tourists in your country enjoy visiting?
I think Bangladesh is full of monuments because most of the in the our previous or in the past there are lots of rulers who has ruled our countries before. So they created a lots of mosques, lots of temples, which has indicated our previous time, and from those temples and mosques we can know our culture, our previous culture. So I think that tourists love to visit those places.
Okay. Why do you think there are often statues of famous people in public places?
I think that there are often statues of famous people in public places because they had a great impact, or they sacrificed their lives or their family for our country, for our freedom. A lots of people like Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is a famous person we all know. He has ruled our country once, and he on his help we did our freedom war. So I think the statues are in the public places to show their sacrifices and to tell us about them.
Do you agree that old monuments and buildings should always be preserved?
Yeah, I think that old monuments and statues always should be preserved in today or in the future, because we can know our culture, we can know that for whom we got our freedom, for whom we got this country, we got our language, mother tongue. So I think that every person should take good care of those monuments, of those statues, because they had a great history in their back.
So let's move to the second topic of this part. The second topic is architecture. The question is, why is architecture such a popular university subject?
Architecture is such a popular university subject in today because every person now wants to have great house or great building. Whenever they wants to make it unique, or every country wants a different famous or a unique structure in their country to make a name of them, because whenever there is a great structure built, it makes a history. So I think that's why the architect is a very important and famous subject nowadays.
In what ways has the design of homes changed in recent years?
I think in recent years the designs of homes has changed a lot. Before, the houses were usually made of tin sheets or muds. Nowadays every house is made of cement, bricks like that. In the village, they have changed into or moved into the houses made with uh, you know uh, cement and bricks. Nowadays, recently I visited my village. I saw that they have changed a lot of things. There are duplex nowadays, and before there wasn't any type of duplex. There was simple, unique houses which were very precious, and now there is a very few of them who wants to take their culture towards future. And in cities there's all houses made with cement and bricks. We can't see any types of house which were in the past. So I think the house has changed their structure.
Okay, to what extent does the design of buildings affect people's mind?
I think it affects people's mind in a good way or in a bad way, in both ways actually. Because whenever a person buys a house for himself, uh, he wants to have the house unique, or he wants to have the house in a great atmosphere. No one wants to have a house in the local places where there is everywhere horn, the sounds of cars, vehicles, and hawkers. They wants to live in peace. So whenever they go to find a house for themselves to live or buy, they tries to find it in a great atmosphere, in a cool atmosphere. So I think the structure or the where the house is built, it affects on the people's mind.
Okay, that is the end of part 3, and also speaking to. Thank you so much.